Starting on the pole here in your Davis & Sons USRA B-modified heat race number 1, going to be Scott Chisholm out of Dadeville, Missouri in the 8X machine. On his outside, Mr. Brett Testerman in the 52T coming out of Miami, Oklahoma. Inside row number 2 is going to be Chet Buckley out of Republic, Missouri in the 1 machine. On his outside, Daniel Anders in that 5. And starting in the rear there, the 112 of Justin Comer coming out of Joplin, Missouri. Daniel Anders also out of Joplin, Missouri. Says 38 on the door. 112 on our My Race Pass. Gonna give it one more time around here. Again, Testerman, Chisholm, row number 1, Anders and Buckley. Row number 2, Comer in the rear there. And right about now is when we bring you Show Me Dirt live on Facebook, through Show Me Dirt and through Monett Motor Speedway there. My man Tombo promotes everything dirt, and he does it at a really high level through his pride and joy. Show Me Dirt. Show Me Dirt is your go-to source for Southwest Missouri's exhilarating dirt track racing scene. Join them on one of the many social media outlets, including YouTube and X. He is all over Southwest Missouri, doing an excellent job of promoting racing, and I'm proud to call him my friend. Davis & Sons USRA B-modified heat race number 1. Ready to start things off for you tonight? Who's ready, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. Brought to you by J&M Pallet Company. Looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Green flag from Freedom Bank. Let's get it on! Chisholm and Testerman head off into 1. It's a big bobble up. Testerman, the 52T, out to the quick lead here. Watch out, they're all getting bottled up. Looking for that high line as they come around for lap number 1. Gonna be a good one, we know this. Brett Testerman in the 52T gonna lead lap number 1. Scott Chisholm in that 8X right behind him. Watch out, Daniel Anders looking to the bottom side. Anders and Chisholm side by side going into turn number 3. Watch out, the 1 of Chet Buckley getting a little loose going through 3 and 4 there. Brett Testerman going to lead lap number 2. He's out front. Problems on the 5 machine of Anders. He'll take her to the rear of the field. We'll keep her going green. Brett Testerman out front of Scott Chisholm now in that 2nd spot. The whole field really staying close together as we come to the lap number 3 here. Testerman out front by 0.2 of a second over the 8X of Scott Chisholm. Chet Buckley up to that 3rd spot now. Chisholm looking to the inside, they're nose and nose as we go through 3 and 4. Testerman on the top side, Chisholm on the bottom. Wheel to wheel, door to door, coming through 1 and 2. Chisholm gonna take the lead. Coming out of 2 here, Brett Testerman falls back to that 2nd spot. Coming up to the bottom side and Chet Buckley. Buckley holding on to that 3rd spot. Watch out, Chisholm slips up. They almost get together. Chet Buckley on the underside of the 52 of Testerman, looking for that 2nd spot. Chisholm loves to see those guys behind him side by side as he starts to break away just a little bit. 0.3 of a second the lead last time by. Watch out, Chet Buckley. Buckley moves up to that 2nd spot. Comer looks to follow him on the bottom side. Testerman will move back to that 4th spot. Comer looking to make the pass as they go down the backstretch. Buckley looking to the underside of Chisholm. This is going to be for the lead. They touch coming out of 4. Chisholm to the lead. Chisholm holding on. Watch out, Buckley in that 1 machine. Little bit loose. Comer looking to the top side, going to try to go the hard way around here on the last lap. Comer up to that 2nd spot. Checkered flag being brought to you by Wesco. It's going to be Scott Chisholm in the 8X machine. Comer able to get around Buckley on that last lap there. What a race to start the night off here with your Davis & Sons USRA B-modified heat race number 1. Scott Chisholm in the 8X coming away with a little body damage, but a win here. Scott Chisholm in the 8X with the win there. Justin Comer in the 112. Able to get around. What a race there. Chet Buckley in the 1 machine going to finish 3rd. Brett Testerman 4th. And Daniel Anders in 5th. That was not a good move. A lot of bumping and banging. That's going to make for a very interesting feature there. All right, heat race number 2 of your David and the Sons USRA B-modified coming out onto the track next. Starting on the pole, Webb City, Missouri's Mitch Keeter in the 52. On his outside, Kason Harris in the 00 coming all the way from Bella Vista, Arkansas. Row number 2 is going to be Jace Boney out of Cleveland, Missouri in the number 18. On his outside, Matt Thompson in the 31. Matt coming out of Bentonville, Arkansas. Keeter and Harris row number 1. Boney and Thompson row number 2. What a race there in your David and the Sons USRA B-modified heat race number 1. Lights are out. 8 laps the distance here. Keeter brings them around 3 and 4, looking for that Ozark fiber. Restart zone, green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Here we go. Keeter out to a quick lead. Harris looking to go top or bottom. He's going to stick it right. He's going to stay right where he's at there in that 2nd spot. It's Mitch Keeter shot out of a cannon as he makes his way down the backstretch. Keeter going to lead lap number 1, already out by 7/10 of a second over the 00 of Kason Harris. Jace Boney at number 18 right behind him. So Keeter, Harris, Boney, your top 3. Matt Thompson falls back just a little bit. Keeter extends that lead to 8/10 of a second over the 00 of Kason Harris. Harris starting to break away from that 3rd place of Boney. Trying to reel in Mitch Keeter here as we come to lap number 3 of your David and the Sons USRA B-modified. Keeter in the 52 out front. Kason Harris on 00, your 2nd place car. Top 2 starting to break away from the rest. As you see the gap there, it was 6/10 of a second last time by between your 1st and 2nd car and your 3rd and 4th. Now up to a 1.5 seconds. 6/10 of a second between 1st and 2nd there. Kason Harris narrowing the gap as he comes off of turn number 4 here. Looked like he was narrowing it up. Mitch Keeter goes out by another 1/10 of a second, 7/10 of a second, the distance between Harris and Keeter there. Jace Boney running his fastest lap that last time at 18.472. That distance getting shorter and shorter, less than half a second that last time by, and we're coming to the white flag now. Keeter comes off a 4. Harris with 4 more turns to try to get it done here in your David and the Sons USRA B-modified heat race number 2. Does he have anything for Keeter as they make their way through 3 and 4? Keeter on that high side. Kason Harris is going to follow him. Mitch Keeter taking that Wesco Home Furnishings checkered flag. Kason Harris coming in 2nd. Jace Boney 3rd. And Matt Thompson rounding out the field there. All right, for those of you that are live here, Mitch Keeter in the 52 taking home the win there in your David and Sons USRA B-modified. Kason Harris coming in just 2/10 of a second behind him. Jace Boney finishing 3rd in the 18 machine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for some late model action here tonight. Again, we got 19 of your dirt car late models showing up here. 3 heats. Starting on the pole, going to be Glenn Powell in the 26P out of Nixa, Missouri on his outside. Going to be Jeremy Steele in the number 79 out of Clever, Missouri. Inside row number 2 is going to be Blake Steele. In the number 82 on his outside, Dustin Moonham in the number 20 out of Verona, Missouri. And starting in row number 3, going to be Joey Smith in the number 3 out of West Plains, Missouri. And Steve Steele in the 87. The Steele gang bringing 3 cars tonight, all on one trailer. It was a pretty awesome sight to see. Just got word that the 20 machine blew up. All right, lights are out. Again, J&M Pallet Company are bringing you your hot laps and your heat races. We appreciate them very, very much for that. Glenn Powell picks up the pace as he goes down the backstretch here, heading into turns 3 and 4, looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for some late model racing? I know I am. Green flag, here we go. Glenn Powell on the 26P out to a quick lead. Watch out, number 3 of Joey Smith on the outside. Glenn Powell coming around, going to try to lead lap number 1, and he'll do so. Already got one over the lip there in 3 and 4. He brings her back on. Glenn Powell on the 26P running a 16.760 last time by Joey Smith, and then the 3 machine right behind him. Narrows the gap just a little bit from 1.2 to 0.8. Both guys running a much faster lap this time. Believe it or not, the number 3 machine running a much faster lap in a 16.160 versus a 16.537 from your leader. Powell out front of this thing here. 3 laps in the books. 1.34 second lead for the 26P of Glenn Powell. Extends it out. Powell already about to catch some lap traffic here. '87 of Steele takes her to the bottom. Almost collects that second place car of Joey Smith. Gonna be 2 to go this time by Glenn Powell and Joey Smith. Your battle for the race here. Nobody else even close. 3 car narrows the gap as they come through 3 and 4. Looking at the white flag this time by 26P Glenn Powell one more time around. Watch out. 3 of Joey Smith has to check up. He'll lose quite a bit of ground as he makes his way down the backstretch. Checkered flag coming out for the 26P of Glenn Powell, taking home the win there. Number 3 of Joey Smith coming in that second spot. Jeremy Steele and Steve Steele are racing for 3rd and 4th. Steve Steele finishing 1 lap down. '26P of Glenn Powell taking home the win there. Joey Smith at the number 3 coming in 0.8 of a second behind for that second place. Jeremy Steele finishing 3rd in the 79, and Steve Steele in the 87 finishing 4th. Race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole out of Joplin, Missouri is going to be the 25S of Shannon Phillips. On Shannon's outside, the D7 of Sean Duncan come all the way from Lockwood, Missouri. Inside runner 2 is going to be J.R. Rowland in the 149 machine out of Warsaw, Missouri. On his outside, Ryan Johnson in the number 7. Johnson starting in that 4th spot. Inside row number 3 is going to be Jim Greenway in the number 28 machine out of Galena, Missouri. On his outside, Matt Minzy in the 41. Shannon Phillips makes his way around at 3 and 4, ready to get this thing started here in your Dirt Lead Models Heat Race number 2. We're already bouncing and banging all over the place. What a start to this one. 149, the shuffle back. Shannon Phillips moves back to that 2nd spot. Sean Duncan already out front. Everybody checking up, coming out of turn number 4. Sean Duncan going to be your leader here on lap number 1. Watch out, we're spinning there between 1 and 2. That's going to be the number 28 of Jim Greenway. So caution coming out here on lap number 1 right off the bat. We're seeing our Midwest Sheet Metals replay. 7J getting together with the 28 of Greenway. All right, we'll get them lined back up here in our Delaware double file restart. Shannon Phillips looking to go that top side. That'll put the 41 of Matt Minzy on the bottom. Sean Duncan, your leader here. 1 lap in the books. 7 to go. And your dirt car, a late model heat race number 2. Duncan brings them through 3 and 4, hits that Ozark 5-0 restart zone. Green flag, here we go. Matt Minzy looking to shut the door on Shannon Phillips there. Greenway already around the 25S. He'll steal that 3rd spot away from Shannon Phillips. Down into turns 3 and 4. Going to be a 2-car race there for the lead. No, it will not. Matt Minzy gets a little bit sideways. Sean Duncan way out front now. 2.2 seconds that last time by. Of Matt Minzy in that 2nd place. Shannon Phillips in 3rd. Jim Greenway in 4th. Greenway going to take a look to the bottom side of Phillips, going through 3 and 4 here. Just about side by side. A little contact there. That's going to allow that 7 machine. Greenway to the bottom side of Phillips as they make their way down the backstretch. Greenway gets around him. A lot of contact from the 7 machine. He'll put Phillips in the wall. Ryan Johnson, very aggressive tonight. Phillips trying to get her started back up there. And he does. We'll send him, get them all lined back up. Sean Duncan, your leader here in the D7. Matt Menzie still holding on to that second spot. 28 of Jim Greenway up to third. Again, thank you for the replay there, Tombo. Brought to you by Iowa Fire Equipment. Lights are out. Going to be a green, white, checkered finish with 5 laps down, 3 to go. Sean Duncan brings them through the backstretch. Jim Greenway on that bottom side, Matt Menzie on the top side of row number 2. Do either of them have anything for Sean Duncan as he makes his way through 3 and 4? Green flag, here we go. Sean Duncan, your leader, watch out. Ryan Johnson shot out of a cannon once again. He's up to that second spot, white flag last lap. Greenway gonna look to the bottom side. Johnson back to that third spot. He'll lose 2 spots coming off of turn number 2. Sean Duncan, your leader, coming off of turn number 4, gonna take the win there in your dirt car late model heat race number 2. Sean Duncan in the D7 taking home the win there in your dirt car late model heat race number 2. Give it up for the D7 of Sean Duncan. Jim Greenway in the 28 there, able to hold on for second. Matt Menzie in the 41 machine finishing third. In the 7J of Ryan Johnson finishing fourth. Heat race number 3 making their way onto the track now, starting on the pole out of Fort Scott, Kansas, going to be the number 49 of Andy Bryant. On his outside, the quarter J of Jackson Ertl. Josh Dugan in the 93D out of Fairgrove, Missouri, going to start inside, row number 2 on his outside. Tyler Kai Kendall in that 15T coming all the way from Warsaw. Darren Phillips out of Wheatland, Missouri in the 21B, going to start from that 5th spot on his outside. Jerry Hawkins in the 31 out of Rogersville, Arkansas. Big thank you to Stanfield Sanitation, Garbage, and Rubbish Removal, family owned and operated by third-generation owners, the Stanfield family. Celebrating 50 years in business, helping out local businesses in the communities around here in 2024. If you need anything from Stanfield Sanitation, give them a call, 476-5977. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. Bryant Nerdle, row number 1. Green flag, here we go. Jackson Ertl with a little bit of a tough start there. Tyler Kai Kendall going to get around him. They're side by side. Kai Kendall and Bryant. Bryant with an excellent move, staying in it just a little bit longer. Kai Kendall going to lead lap number 1 here. Tyler Kendall, your lap, but just 1/10 of a second. Andy Bryant that second spot, and Jackson Ertl rounding out your top 3. Top 3 staying together real close there. Ertl looking at the bottom side of Bryant. Tyler Kendall extending his lead out to 1.152 seconds, running a 16.191, almost in the 15-second range. Doesn't quite get it there. Andy Bryant now 1.5 seconds back from Tyler Kendall, stretching out his second place lead over Jackson Ertl in that quarter J. Top 3 starting to get a little more spread out now. Tyler Kendall going to be hard to beat in that feature. He is looking fast. Man on a mission as he catches up. Puts that 31 of Jerry Hawkins a lap down there. Coming off of turn number 4. Kendall still your leader here. Going to be white flag next time by. Here he comes, moving that groove up just a little bit. Tyler Kendall getting a little bit faster there, running a 16.143. Kendall taking the win here in heat race number 3, and he does it in pretty dominating fashion. Tyler Kendall taking the win there. Andy Bryant coming in second. Jackson Ertl third. Darren Phillips rounding out your top 4. All right, time for some Midwest Modifieds coming on the track now. Starting on the pole for heat race number 1 of your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified is going to be the number 27 of Terry Williams out of Springfield, Missouri. On his outside, Dustin Dennison making the long trip once again from Independence, Missouri. Going to start inside or outside row number 1 on the 5D. Garrett Thompson, then a 929 out of Joplin, Missouri. Going to start inside row number 2 on his outside. Michael Hammond coming from Carthage, Missouri in the 276. Inside row number 3 is going to be Steve Muhlenberg in the number 33 out of Sparta, Missouri on his outside. Tommy Still coming from Brookline in the number 42. Going to start in that 6th spot. And starting on the shotgun position, Keegan Keel in the number 55 from Wheaton, Missouri. Again, 8 laps the distance here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Williams brings him around 3 and 4. It's that green flag. Here we go. Williams and Dennison, row number 1. Oh, watch out, we're going to make it a 4-way battle as they make the way down the backstretch. Thompson looking to the inside of Williams. This is going to get uncomfy real fast. Dennison looking to lead lap number 1. He'll take the lead coming off of turn number 4. Dustin Dennison in the 5D, your current leader. Terry Williams in that 2nd spot. Muhlenberg checks up after almost running into the back of Williams. He'll fall back to 5th. Garrett Thompson looking to the bottom side. He'll try to take that 2nd spot away here on lap number 2. 42 with Tommy Still following suit. Dennison out front by 1.1 over Garrett Thompson now in the 9:29.42. Tommy still in that third spot. Williams going to take another look to the bottom side. They're getting real close. Don't think they made any contact coming off of four. Stay clean and green, my friend. Tommy still looking to make a battle for that second spot. He's right hot on the trail of that 9:29 at Garrett Thompson. Dustin Dennison looking for a second win of the year here at Monett Motor Speedway. Winning early in the season. Dennison out front by 1.337 seconds over the 9:29 at Garrett Thompson. Thompson holding on to that second spot. Tommy still doing his best to catch him here. Muhlenberg starting to get back into a rhythm here. He's in fourth spot. Dustin Dennison still your leader out front here. Garrett Thompson in that second spot. Still watch out, Muhlenberg. Really trying to make up some time here, but he's got one more lap to do it. 55 machine just about gets into your leader as we go down the backstretch. Dennison and Thompson coming through 3 and 4. Dennison gonna take the win here. Dustin Dennison taking your Wesco Home Furnishings checkered flag there. Garrett Thompson finishing in that second spot. Tommy still rounding out your top 3. Muhlenberg trying to get up there. And Williams, top 5. Another good run there in your Napa Auto Parts Power Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Heat Race number 2 making their way onto the track right about now. Starting on the pole there for your Napa Auto Parts Power Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Last time we were out here was J.C. Newell taking the win in your Napa Auto Parts Midwest Modifieds. He'll start on the pole here in this one, coming all the way from Buffalo, Missouri, in the number 83 machine. On his outside, going to be the number 39 of Blake Muhlenberg out of Sparta, Missouri. Inside row number 2, Big Daddy Mark Simon in the number 23 out of Buffalo, Missouri. On his outside, Chris Snyder in the 41S. And starting in the rear there, continuously fast here at Monett Motor Speedway, Hunter Stutzman in the 668 out of Highlandville, Missouri, starting from that 5th spot. On his outside is going to be Dean Bell out of Springfield, Missouri in the 30B. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. J.C. Newell picks up speed as he brings it around. Gets that Allen Motorsports machine wound up and ready to go. Green flag. J.C. Newell, your leader. Mark Simon looking to get into that second spot. Going to be a side-by-side battle between Simon and the 39 of Blake Muhlenberg. Simon moves up to that second spot. Hunter Stutzman already up to 3rd. J.C. Newell out front of this thing by a whole second already. Mark Simon going to try to reel him in that J2 machine as they go down the backstretch. Stutzman at 3rd. Maybe problems on Simon. They're side by side now coming off of turn number 4. Good battle for second there. Mark Simon on the top side with the advantage. She'll hold on to that second spot. Stutzman in 3rd. Blake Muhlenberg rounding out your top 4. J.C. Newell in the 83 machine dominating here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. carrying that left front all the way down the backstretch, sets it down for just a second. And right back into it as he makes his way down the front stretch. We're going to be just past your halfway point. Good battle for second there. Mark Simon on the top side, Hunter Stutzman on the bottom. Simon doing oh so well on that top side, able to hold the advantage over Stutzman trying to run the bottom there. Dean Bell coming out of turn number 4, right behind him. Your leader, the 83, and J.C. Newell taking the white flag there in your J&M Pellet Company heat race. Number 2, your Napa Auto Parts POWRi Midwest Modified. Newell going through 3 and 4. Big O lead, 4-second lead over the 23 of Mark Simon, and he'll take the Wesco Home Furnishings checkered flag there. J.C. Newell in the 83, you're going to be your winner. Mark Simon going to finish 3rd. Hunter Stutzman in the 668 going to finish 4th. Chris Snyder and Blake Muhlenberg rounding out your top 5. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the 83 of J.C. Newell, taking home the win by 4.354 seconds over the 23 of Mark Simon. Hunter Stutzman finishing in that 3rd spot. Chris Snyder 4th, and Blake Muhlenberg falling back to that 5th position. That'll do it for our Napa Auto Parts POWRi Midwest Modifieds. All right, POWRi Pure Socks making their way onto the track now. Heat race number 1 is going to start on the pole. It's going to be Dylan Bowman out of Purdy, Missouri in the number 69 on his outside. Miss Carla Lampy in the number 7 coming all the way from Fair Grove. Inside row number 2 is going to be Carson. I can't say that last name there. Carson G out of Urbana, Missouri in the number 21 on his outside. Jared Stick in the 7X. Inside row number 3 is going to be Brad Oss out of Monett, Missouri in the number 72 on his outside. Alan Thompson in the 70. Old familiar wagon there. And starting in the rear, they're going to be the 23R, Jeff Reed out of Springfield, Missouri. Dylan Bowman, Carla Lampy on your front row, bringing her around, looking for that green flag, brought to you by Freedom Bank. Green flag, here we go. Carla Lampy on the outside, going to take the lead right off the bat. Dylan Bowman falls back to that 2nd spot. He got the 21 machine of Carson Kroninger on his outside. Good battle there for the 2nd spot. Carla Lampy way out front. '21 machine up to that 2nd spot. 69 and Dylan Bowman in 3rd. Brad Austin 4th. Carla Lampy coming to lead lap number 3 here. Lampy way out front. Almost a whole straightaway over the 21 machine of Carson Kroninger. Dylan Bowman trying his best there in 3rd. Brad Oss looking at the way bottom side as we're halfway through your POWRi Pure Stock heat race number 1. Dylan Bowman all over the backside of Kroninger as they make their way through 1 and 2. Down the back stretch, Carla Lampy, again, a whole straightaway lead. Coming to lap number 5, 3 to go. Dylan Bowman looking to the bottom side of Kroninger as they go through 1 and 2 once again. '23 of Jeff Reed looking to the bottom side of Ost. Gonna be the white flag next time by. Bowman again looking to the inside of Croniger in that 21 machine as they make their way down the backstretch. White flag coming out for your leader, Carla Lampe, in that number 7 machine, way out front of this thing. Meanwhile, they're side by side behind them. Carla Lampe looking very dominant here. She takes the Wesco home for racing checkered flag here in POWRi Pure Stock Heat Race number 1. Croniger coming in second. Dylan Bowman third. Jeff Reed and the 23R coming in fourth. And Brad Oss rounding out your top 5. Carla Lampe in the number 7 machine taking home the win there. Croniger in the 21 coming in second. Dylan Bowman rounding out your top 3. Jeff Reed finishing fourth. And the number 72 machine of Brad Oss rounding out your top 5 there. All right, POWRi Pure Stock Heat Race number 2. We're getting ready to make their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole here, Heat Race number 2, going to be the number 15 of Tanner Foster. 2 wins in a row, trying to make it 3 here, coming all the way from Spokane, Missouri. Sean Coates, at number 34, out of Chapel, Missouri, going to start on his outside. Mark Simon, number 23, out of Buffalo, Missouri, going to start inside run number 2. On his outside, number 22, R of Colby Rathbone, coming from Springfield. Lenny Coates in the 134, starting inside row number 3 out of Joplin, Missouri, on his outside. Second place in points this year, Dale Sinners, the number 25, out of Cassville, Missouri. And starting in the rear there, Robbie Bratton in the number 11, out of Purdy, Missouri. Lights are out. Tanner Foster brings them through 3 and 4. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Tanner Foster, Sean Coates, Mark Simon, your top 3 as they make their way down the backstretch. Problems on the 25 machine. He'll fall straight to the back. Tanner Foster going to be your leader here on lap number 1. Foster out front by 0.6 of a second over the 23 of Mark Simon. Simon trying to reel him in here. Foster, Simon, Coates, your top 3. Robbie Bratton, your only super stock tonight. Sean Coates way loose coming off of turn number 2. He'll lose a lot of ground for it, and he'll take it to the bottom. Three-way battle for the lead, 2-way battle for the lead. It'll be Mark Simon and Tanner Foster. Foster, your current leader. Robbie Bratton just out there. Tanner Foster in the 15 machine, your current leader. Robbie Bratton, super stock. Pay no mind to him. He's just turning some laps here. So Tanner Foster, your current leader. Mark Simon in that second spot. Colby Rathbone gets passed by Dale Sinners there on that last lap. To go here, going to be the white flag next time on. Tanner Foster, your current leader out here. Mark Simon trying to reel him in as they make their way down the backstretch here. Foster out front of Mark Simon by 0.8 of a second. Dell Centers must have got things worked out. You see, he gets around Colby Rathbone. He's in that third spot. Tanner Foster taking the win. Mark Simon coming in second there. Dell Centers finishing third. Colby Rathbone and Sean Coates rounding out your top 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Robbie Bratton looked very fast on the number 11, but he was just tagging along the back. Your winner, the number 15 of Tanner Foster. Mark Simon coming in that second spot there. The number 23 machine. Dell Centers getting things worked back in. He'll finish third. Colby Rathbone, the 22R, finishing fourth. And Sean Coates rounding out your top 5. Again, the number 11 of Robbie Bratton, normally a super stock. We're letting him run with the pure stocks there, so not being counted, but he'll get paid. Tanner Foster in the 15, your winner there. All right, now it's time for some pure stock action. Bombers, rather. Man, I keep messing that up. Just kick me out. Somebody else come do this. Just for Bombers. 4 drivers here in our Bomber division tonight. Normally we have about 10 to 15. Tonight, just the 4. Daryl Riddick gonna lead the charge here out of Aurora, Missouri, number 29 on his outside. Robert Dalton, normally a Hornet. Only had 1 Hornet show up tonight. Larry Jordan in the number 9 out of Joplin, Missouri. Going to start inside row number 2. On his outside is going to be Evan Clark running the 82X machine. So Riddick and Dalton row number 1. Jordan and Clark row number 2. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on. 8 laps still going to be the distance here. Just kidding. 6. Green flag. Here we go. Daryl Riddick out to a quick lead there. Robert Dalton gets that little thing wound up. Now he's got a good run going down the backstretch. He'll hold on to second. Evan Clark on his underside. Puts a nose out there, taking that second spot away. They're nose to nose as they go down the backstretch. Robert Dalton holding on for that second spot that time by, but gets passed by Evan Clark through 1 and 2. Daryl Riddick had a 1.84 second lead last time by. He'll extend it out to 2.365 over Evan Clark. Robert Dalton falling back to that third spot. And Larry Jordan running fourth. Halfway through your Bomber heat race. Daryl Riddick in the number 29 machine is your current leader. Evan Clark in that second spot. Robert Dalton rounding out your top 3.
'29 of Daryl Riddick out front, followed by the 82 of Evan Clark and the 114 of Robert Dalton as they take the white flag. Daryl Riddick has kind of a strong hold on this heat race. As they come to the checkered flag, give it up for the 29 of Daryl Riddick, followed by the 82X of Evan Clark, followed by the 24B of Robert Dalton. And to round out the top 4, Larry Jordan. Here come your legend cars. Let me get your lineup for you guys this evening. Starting on the pole, it'll be the... Starting on the pole, it'll be the 55 of Kenny Foster. To his outside, the 83 of Kaylee Smith. In the second row, starting inside, it'll be the 00 of Smoke Metcalf. To his outside, in the yellow and black 27, that'll be Trent Robbins. And starting in the third row in the fifth position, it'll be the 28 of Bronson Hawkins. And to his outside, David Sappentine.
Thank you, Mr. Ogle, for covering me there for just a second. Again, 8 laps of the distance here in your INX Legends Heat Race number 1. Foster and Smith on the front row, ready to get this started. Green flag, here we go. Smith breaks off way wide, falls back to the rear of the field there. Kenny Foster on the 55 machine, gonna be out front there. 27 of Trent Robinson, up to that second spot. Smoke Metcalf in third. Foster, Robinson, Metcalf, your top 3. Bronson Hawkins in the number 28 machine in that 4th spot, and David Sappington in 5th. Robinson trying to narrow the gap there. Looking at the top side of Kenny Foster. Bronson Hawkins gets a little bit wild there in 3 and 4. Robinson trying to get a run off that top side as you see the dirt fly out the rear. Robinson running way high, trying to find some grip up top. Caution coming out here is Bronson Hawkins. That'll be your first Joplin lock and key. Caution. Joplin lock and key not getting much talks tonight. That is your first caution here of the night. Brought to you by Joplin Lock and Key. Bronson Hawkins spinning there between turns 3 and 4. Pretty good race here in our INX Legends Heat Race number 1. 3 laps in the books, 5 to go. Kenny Foster, your current leader. Trent Robinson trying to run that top line. Robinson looking to go the bottom line here after running the top line the whole race. That'll put Smoke Metcalf up there on the top. Sappington and Smith going to be your row number 3. Bronson Hawkins going to tag the back. Hey, if we're going green, he needs to shut the lights off. Oh, yeah. Not sure if Hawkins is just waiting for the field to come up or if he's having trouble there. Nothing obvious, is there, Tombo? Well, he does not get it going back after the field passes him here, so we'll see if we need to give him a little push to the back or if he's just stuck. Says, yeah, you got all 4 tires on it. Go ahead and keep her driving. I smell something up here. And it's not just my workmate, Jeff Ogle. Well, now would be a good time to mention a couple of our sponsors here. Stanfield Sanitation, we already gave them a shout out. Grand Tire, located Highway 37 in Pierce City, Jefferson Avenue in Aurora, Old Highway 37 in Cassville, and 20th Street in Joplin. Big thank you to Lance Matlock, your local Berry County, Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. Also, big thank you to Reliable Welding. Our man Steve Johnson hooked us up with a good flag stand last year. So we appreciate him very, very much. If you need anything welded or fixed, give him a call, 417-439-3855. Also, big thank you to Quick Draw Gun, located right down the street here at 601 South Kyler, your full-service gun shop. Also does custom engraving on tumblers, firearms, and other items that you need engraved. We shouted out Wesco Home Furnishings already. Knapp Auto Parts, again, thank them for sponsoring our Power Eye Midwest Modified sponsorships here. Big thank you to Flying Bee Power Washing. If you need anything power wash, give my man Caleb a call. 417-342-6199. They helped get us all started before the season. Everything's all cleaned up. Big thank you to Looney Underground helping us this year also. We have Pin Max Staffing. Pin Mac connects talented job seekers with excellent employers in the Monett area. They offer a 100% free help for finding a job, and they're an equal opportunity employer. They're 100% employee owned. Big thank you to Ozark Fiber again for sponsoring our Restart Zone, official sponsor of our Restart Zone. They're a fiber to home internet service provider based out of Missouri. They understand the importance of customer experience and prides themselves on being an integral part of each community it serves. Dial 866-696-9275 to connect or visit their website at www.ozarkfiber.com. Huge thank you to Giggles and Grace. They understand that you're a loving and caring parent who wants nothing but the best for your child. They know how important it is for you to find a daycare and a preschool that not only meets your child's needs, but also fills their heart with confidence and peace. Now, with 3 locations here in Monett, you can rest assured that your child will receive the love and personalized teaching that they deserve. Giggles and Grace is currently enrolling in all ages. Big thank you to Jordy's Lawn Care, LLC, for hopping on with us this year. Hate to see Bronson go out on the hook, but it looks like Thomas Towen's got them all ready to go. We're going to go lights out. Back to green flag racing here. We got 3 down, 5 to go. As we crawl towards intermission here, we hit our first Joplin lock and key caution of the night. And it is a lengthy one, but we are moving along at a fast pace here. We got Kenny Foster out front of this Delaware double file restart. Trent Robinson and Smoke Metcalf right behind him here. Robinson better hit that loud pedal as they make their way through 3 and 4. Green flag, here we go. Robinson looking to the bottom side of Kenny Foster here as they make their way through 1 and 2. He's got a good run off the bottom of 2. They're going to be almost neck and neck. Kenny Foster just so fast down them back stretches. Robinson will fall back to that second spot. Foster, Robinson, Metcalf, your top 3. Kaylee Smith up to 4th, getting around David Sappington. Side by side, down the backstretch they go. Robinson on the bottom side had the lead for just a second, but it's only important up here. Side by side, they come off of 4. Who's going to have it? Looks like Robinson by a nose, just 5/1000ths of a second between the two. Kenny Foster moves back to that second spot, but he's not going anywhere just yet. He's on that top side, fighting back. Trent Robinson on the bottom side. Smoke Metcalf falls back just a little bit. He's the 2.5 back from this battle. Meanwhile, out front, we got 2 to go. Kenny Foster, your current leader. Trent Robinson doing all they can from that bottom side, trying to get the lead back from Kenny Foster as they make their way down the backstretch, trying to catch up to his back bumper here. Gonna see the white flag this time by from Trent Robinson slips up just a little bit. Kenny Foster out front by 0.2 of a second. Door to door they go down the backstretch. Trent Robinson with just a little bit of an advantage. Side by side through 3 and 4. Kenny Foster on the top side. Trent Robinson on the bottom. Who's going to have it? Good run off the bottom for Robinson. Who's it going to be? Kenny Foster with the win by 5/100ths of a second. I got goosebumps up here. What a race coming out of our INEX Legends. I cannot wait for the feature. 55 machine of Kenny Foster taking the win by 5/100ths of a second over the 27 of Trent Robinson. Smoke Metcalf coming in that 3rd spot. Kaylee Smith rounding out your top 4. David Sappington in that 5th spot. And Bronson Hawkins going out early on the hook. Again, a good race there from your top 2. Kenny Foster taking the win. Trent Robinson in that 2nd spot. Heat race number 2 getting ready to make their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole out of Galena, Kansas is going to be the 01X of Mike Gilbert on his outside. Number 38 of Dave Smith out of Rogers. Chance Gilbert going to start inside row number 2 on his outside. 41 of Peyton Powell coming out of Wheaton, Missouri. And on the rear is going to be Davin Lawson out of Rogersville, Missouri. And Corbin, I didn't catch Corbin Boucher in the 0 machine. Sorry, thank you. Was having computer problems, and Tombo coming clutch for me there. Smith and Gilbert hit that lap pedal, green flag, here we go. 01X of Mike Gilbert gonna be your leader immediately coming out of turn number 1 and 2. Then behind him, Chance Gilbert falls in line for that 2nd spot. And I believe the 38 of Dave Smith running 4th right now. Side by side battle for the lead as they make their way down the backstretch. Chance Gilbert going to try to take it from the bottom. Mike Gilbert on the top side. Chance Gilbert, multiple time winner here this year. Chance Gilbert going to have a half-second lead over the 01X of Mike Gilbert as they make their way through 1 and 2. 3-car battle for that 3rd spot. Dave Smith winning that battle right now. Peyton Powell right behind him. Davin Lawson in that 5th spot. Chance Gilbert in the 01. Still out front here. 01X Mike Gilbert right behind him. 0.69 was the distance last time. He extends it out another 100 per second. Both cars running their fastest lap, and not a whole lot of difference between the two. Chance Gilbert running at 20.104. Mike Gilbert running at 20.180. Dave Smith, Peyton Powell, and Davin Lawson, all 3 getting faster as the race goes on. Good run from that rear car there. Davin Lawson trying to take the position away from Peyton Powell, and he does. Davin Lawson up to that 4th spot here. Gonna try to make it 2 for 1, looking to get around Dave Smith on that top side. Smith holding on. Good run for Davin Lawson. Running away high. Peyton Powell going to try to take that spot away. Peyton Powell now going to challenge for that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, out front, white flag coming out for the 01 of Chance Gilbert. Mike Gilbert following him right there. Back to this 3-car battle for 3rd. Quite a few distance between your 1st and 2nd car there. Chance Gilbert taking the West Cajon Furnishings checkered flag there. You see him coming off of turn number 3, 4. Who's it gonna be? Peyton Powell able to retain that 3rd spot there from Davin Lawson. Davin will finish in that 4th spot. Dave Smith falls back to 5th, and Corbin Boucher finishes up there in the 0 machine. Chance Gilbert in the 01 machine taking home the win there. 1.5 seconds over the OX of Mike Gilbert. Peyton Powell finishing 3rd, Davin Lawson finishing 4th, and Dave Smith rounding out your top 5. One more heat race before we head off to intermission. And it's going to be a good one. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 72 out of Wheaton, Missouri, of Evan Powell. On his outside, multiple-time winner here this year again, Phil Berkebile Jr. in the number 57 out of Seneca, Missouri. Jordan Myers in the number 68 out of Battlefield, Missouri, going to start in that 3rd spot. Billy Smith in the 76S on his outside out of Rogersville, Arkansas. And starting in the rear there, Brad Smith in the number 70. Looks like we're missing one of them. Your pole sitter, Evan Pyle, in the number 72. So lights are out. We're ready to get it on. 4 cars starting your INX Legends Heat Race number 3 here. Did it. Hey, if you joined us tonight on Facebook, we appreciate you for hanging out. Remember, I believe we're going to be at High Five Sports Bar and Grill tomorrow for the replay. We appreciate them for getting that done for us. Berkebile bringing them around at 3 and 4. Ready to get it on. Green flag, here we go. Problems on the number 70 machine. That may be a no start. There he finds the gear. Tough break for that 70. He'll be hoping for a caution here. Berkebile, meanwhile, out front in the 57 machine, going to lead lap number 1. 76 of Billy Smith in that 2nd spot. Jordan Myers rounding out your top 3. Billy Smith starting to catch up to Berkebile Jr. as they make their way off turn number 4. Again, a big thank you to J&M Pallet Company, sponsoring all these hot laps and heat races. We appreciate them very much. Billy Smith really starting to close the gap through 3 and 4 as they come to lap number 3 here. Berkebile out front by 0.4 of a second. Smith closing that gap every lap. 70 if Brad Smith takes it to the inside. He'll drop out. Good close battle for the lead here. Berkebile Jr., Billy Smith. Five laps in the books, 3 to go here for Phil Berkebile Jr. Billy Smith right behind him. Number 70 machine of Brad Smith gets her back going again. Smith looking to the bottom side of Phil Berkebile Jr. as they made their way off of 4 here. Gonna be the white flag next time by. If Smith can stay in it just a little bit longer, maybe poke his nose down to the bottom side, he'll have something going here. White flag coming out for your leader, Phil Berkebile Jr. They head off into 1 and 2. Smith taking my advice, looking to the inside. Phil Berkebile Jr. shuts the door on him and they make their way down the backstretch. Smith loses a lot of momentum for it. Oh! If you're not cheating, you're not trying. There you go, my friend. Phil Berkey-Bile Jr. taking the Wesco Home Furnishings checkered flag there. Billy Smith finishing second. And Jordan Myers finishing third. Brad Smith finishing 3 laps down in fourth. And that will take us to our intermission here. We're going to take a short break, get you a cheeseburger, hamburger, hot dog, stretch your legs, use the restroom, and we'll get into racing pretty quick.